Well, good morning, YouTube. Hot mic? Yes, we are hot. Okay, here we go. It is Monday, April 22nd. I'm JB, and welcome to another edition of What's On Today with Discovery Bay, home of the YouTube Comic Community Channel Guide. This is the show where I'm going to share some of my top picks from the sea of comic content that was released yesterday. Then I'm going to run down the lineup of shows that are either releasing or going live today. So let's get started with a quick recap of yesterday's highlights. There are links to these channels in the description below. These channels have been discovered. First up on the recap, over at Chuckload of Comics channel, Chuck and team are finally home and back to regular programming. And that included them releasing the next installment in his weekly review series titled How to Avoid Spoilers on YouTube, Star Wars Celebration Recap, and Hellboy Bombs at the Box Office. Let's take a peek.
This week on Chuckload of Comics, Avengers Endgame. How can you avoid online spoilers? Star Wars Celebration, we're breaking down the highs and the lows of this 5-day convention. And Hellboy, why oh why did it perform so badly at the domestic box office? All that plus a whole lot more right here on Chuckload of Comics. Hey guys, welcome to Chuckload of Comics, back in the studio.
Oh, how it feels so good.
It feels so good to be back, guys. We've been on a 3-week convention tour, finally back in the studio. Feels good to be home. We were at C2E2 for what felt like forever. Oh, yeah. Star Wars Celebration was so much fun, was it not?
Amazing.
We were broadcasting from Star Wars Celebration all weekend long. Check out those videos on the website. And thanks for joining us, guys. Chuckload of Comics is your weekly sort of headline news for all the geeky, nerdy news. We try to break it down for you every single Sunday. If you're new to the channel, take a second, click that subscribe button, join the Chuckload of Comics family. We got a lot of stuff to bring. What a week.
Great stuff, Chuck. To check out this entire video and more great content from Chuck, click the link right here. Okay, next up, over at the Model Vault channel, we got a terrific video titled Immortal Hulk Bust, Stack of Comics Mini Bust Part 3 Final. Let's take a peek.
Bruce Banner is the Incredible Hulk, a creature of unlimited strength and boundless anger. After seeing a premonition of the Incredible Hulk on his deadliest rampage yet, one Avenger removed the threat of the Hulk once and for all. Now, months later, the Immortal Hulk has returned. Will he be humanity's savior or its destruction?
That was fantastic. To see this entire video and more great content from the Model Vault, click the link right here. Okay, for the final item on the recap, head over to the Great Legend Show channel and check out the replay of a very special live stream from last night titled The Great Legend Live Retirement Announcement, Gone Too Soon.
This is the Great Legend, and I am coming at you live. I love doing this because I really am coming at you live. And if you've ever seen the Great Legend show, I always open up with I'm coming at you live. Because people, I'm always coming at you live. Whether it be really live like in Google Plus Hangouts, or really live when I'm really not live. But it doesn't matter, people, because I'm coming at you live. And I've got a quick video I want to show you.
This is the Great Legend, and I'm coming at you live with a special announcement video. I'm just retiring from doing live shows on this channel. Like, I'll still put content up. It won't be very often because I don't have a lot of time, and the time I do have, I want to put that time towards you. I want to put that time towards the community. I want to put that time towards the comic horror, you know. And it's kind of a way where if you're an old timer like myself and you've got, you know, about 10 years coming up this June 3rd, you could, you know, take a step back, you know, from the screen. Take a step back from the comic screen, you know, work behind the scenes, you know, helping out, producing, helping people find their better versions of themselves, you know, kind of help them along their career path here on YouTube and letting them know I'm here for them.
Wow, 10 years next June 3rd. Amazing. Congratulations, legend, and thank you for everything that you do for our community. Now, let's get to today's lineup and find out what's on today with Discovery Bay. All of these times are listed in both Pacific Standard Time and Eastern Standard Time, and all of the channel links with timestamps are in the description below. So, first up, at 1 a.m. Pacific, 4 a.m. Eastern, Joe Ryan Comics gives us a video titled SARA number 1 through 6 comic review. At 4 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. Eastern, check out YessiLou Comics and Pops for a video titled Funko Pop Haul number 6. These are always fun, and I'm sure today will be great too. There are links to his channel in the description below. At 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern, Billy at Economics and Comics will be releasing a video titled 6-Minute Unboxing. Also, at some point today, he should also be releasing a Keys of the Week video for comic books releasing Wednesday the 24th. At 7:30 a.m. Pacific, 10:30 a.m. Eastern, head over to Comics with Bueller channel to start your week off right with coffee, comics, and comments. This is the one where Bueller shares his finds from the weekend and comments from his fans. I don't miss this series. No better way to start your morning than with Bueller. At 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, over at the KatRen Figures channel, Caitlin gives us the next installment in her reading series. Today's is titled You're Only Old Once, Reading Birthday Edition. Next up at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, we have another live show, this time over at BUB'S Comics. Come join the fun in the No Faces comic chat, hosted by the trio of BUB'S Comics, DS Comics, and Metarod. This chat is approved for all ages. Next up at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, we get another live stream, this time from the team at MCE, which stands for Marvelous Collectibles and Entertainment. They have a weekly live stream called That Geek Show. And I want to take a moment right here to tell anyone that's watching, if you haven't seen this show, you're missing out, period. It may be the best show that interacts with its chat through a cool program called Display or Nay. It's a portion of their show where they show statues and then everybody in the chat kind of votes on them. It's totally cool. Head over, stop in the chat, hit the like button, and say hello. At 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, over at the Comic Core channel, Caitlin of KatRen Figures and Chad team up to release a video about Game of Thrones Episode 2 review. And I do believe this is full-blown spoiler, so hey, check it out. At 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, over at JP's Budget Collecting channel, we should be getting a live stream titled Collecting Smart Episode 7, are 9.8's the only way to go. Join Jason and his special guest Matt from The Boy Who Had Seven's channel in the chat and join in on the discussion. Also at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we have another live stream. CBSI presents Tales from the Flip Side number 65. The team at CBSI will be discussing something good. Stop in the chat, join in the discussion, and leave a thumbs up. At 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, over at the home of the New York Warriors channel, we get a live show titled Chillin with the New York Warriors. Come join Biggie, Manny, Joker, Jeff, Marky in the chat as they discuss all things comics. At 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, over at the Comic Core channel again, we get the second edition of this live stream show titled Story Comic Core. Join Alec of White Whale Comics, Caleb the Comic Smurf Murphy, Chad the Connoisseur of Comics from 90 miles from comics, and Kenny of Comic Head 84 in the chat. Okay, the last item on the lineup and the last live show that I knew about starts at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, also over at the Comic Core channel, which is dominating the lineup tonight. We get another live show. This one is titled The List. This one is hosted by John from John's Comics with Kids, and it should be another good one. Well, that's it for today's show. Ooh, hold on. That's it for today's show, but I did want to mention a really quick shout out to Towns End Comics for becoming the newest supporter on Patreon. We really appreciate you believing in us enough to join our wonderful supporters. Thanks again. Okay, everyone, please visit me on Facebook and Instagram, where I will post this schedule with any ads and or changes this afternoon. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you know anyone who might be interested in this information or may want to be included in this show, please share it. Please leave a comment below, as I'm always looking to improve the channel. As you can tell, I changed the lineup today based on some feedback from over the weekend. Now, if you're not already a subscriber, think about subscribing so you don't miss out on any of these cool shows. Plus, who knows, you may find your new favorite channel today. And, as always, don't forget, you had a good time.